Amigos, Brad Evans here, and it's time to bring the noise here. Another AMA ahead of NFL Week 3. So if you got any fantasy football questions, or you want to talk a little sports betting as well, I am going to be here for the next several minutes to address all of your various gaming needs. And truthfully, I'm still in extreme pain at what I had to witness last night with my ILL. Just an epic smashing. Congrats to Indiana. You are the real deal. Holyfield. Holy crap. What a slaughter that I witnessed on live television. 63-10. Amazing. I had to turn it off about midway through the third quarter. I don't even know why I even lasted that long. My son, who's in the marching band, was watching the game with me. He's a member of the marching lot. He's like, hey, Dad, I'm going to go to this party instead. Peace. I'm out of here. When it was like 28-7, I said, wise choice, buddy. Wise choice, because Illinois had no shot in hell of making a comeback. So epic defeat. Apologies for all of America had to witness the futile efforts of the University of Illinois, and we shall see what the rest of the season determines for this team. By the way, there are several different ways you can get a hold of me right here on this broadcast. You got any fantasy football questions? Lock and load them right now on Facebook at Yahoo Noise, on Twitch at Big Noise 78, YouTube at the Fade the Noise channel, or now on X, where I'm always giving it to you there at Noisy Huevos. So again, if you submit your questions via those various social media platforms, I can see them in the software here on StreamYard and be able to pull them up. We'll be able to give it to you live as well. Again, over the next several minutes is what I plan to do here ahead of the main slate of action in the National Football League. Highly profitable for your boy on Thursday night. For those of you that always follow the always free, transparent, and public spreadsheet at my site, thegamingjuice.com. And by the way, go there right now. Yeah, Jackwagons, and sign up for a free account. Again, I won't charge you a dime, at least right now. Maybe down the road, I'm going to flip the switch to a premium product, but I've been adding bells and whistles gradually over the last about 20 or so months of that site's existence. All of my fantasy flames pieces, a quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end, live there every single week. All of my top props as well also live on that side. I ask questions or answer your questions throughout the week. Just click Ask Brad at the top of the screen. Submit your question. It's for members only, but it's free to sign up. And I get to those as early as I possibly can. So at my leisure, at my convenience. I have all my fantasy football rankings that live on the site there as well. Give it to you all. Again, I don't charge you a penny right now. At thegamingjuice.com, also writing for The Athletic this year, reteaming with my boy Senior Fun Buns somewhat this year. So I'm also writing a top props piece, a 5-pack of different players that I feature then on the Gaming Juice site. And I'm also writing a weekly gambling piece for Thursday Night Football. So check out all my content on The Athletic. Check out all my content at my site, thegamingjuice.com. Please sign up for an account, you jackwagons. It really would help me out. Also, some other business to attend to. I also signed a deal with Betalytics. My buddies there, Rachel Kryshak, Rob Poling, and friends. Fantastic site. Very clean, very easy to use. And if you're into the betting arts, and honestly, it's great. Research tool as well for fantasy football devices. All of the projections, you see some of them on my side, but if you want the entire enchilada, besides just fantasy point projections in a single category, if you're a player prop enthusiast like yours truly, sign up at Betalytics right now and use that promo code you see at the bottom of your screen, JUICE, for 25% off today. Again, JUICE for 25% off at Betalytics.com. So awesome resource. Highly recommend it. And again, I use it every single day in all my various research that I'm doing for BetMGM tonight. And then I am doing as well for all of the various works that I'm cranking out with a clack and a clack, fingers rolling over the keyboard. Again, for the reminder, that is how you get a hold of me here with your questions via Facebook, Yahoo Noise, Twitch, a Big Noise 78, YouTube, Fade the Noise, and also on X at Noisy Huevos. While your questions are locking into loading, let me give you 3 player props that I'm particularly high on today. Numero tres, Bucky Irving. Anytime touchdown today against the Jets on the road there, taking on the Yard Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Jets have been woeful for the most part, defending the run this season. They're a defense, are number 29 entering the week in rush EPAD. They've already allowed 3 touchdowns to opposing Plowshares, giving up 4.24 yards per carry. Bucky Irving seeing right around 72% of the opportunity share. Rashad White, we saw a little bit of a surge with him. By the way, bonus time, like the over Rashad White rush yards. Grabbed earlier this week at 21.5. I think he gets another like 7 or 8 carries. I don't think we'll get to 10 unless the game flow gets out of control in a positive way for the Buccaneers. But you look at Bucky Irving, he's got 3 red zone touches on the season. Yes, he has a 1 touchdown. That was of the receiving variety. The advanced analytics aren't that great. 2.28 yak per attempt, but 5 missed tackles forced. And yeah, there is a concern. Some of the offensive line injuries there in the trenches for the Bucs, but overall, I feel Bucky Irving minus 115 on that. That's a viable prop. It really should be, I think, north of minus 150. Grab that, by the way, there at DraftKings Sportsbook. Numeros on this abbreviated edition of the Fave 5 Countdown. Give me Juwan Johnson over 4.5 receptions. Now, truth be told, I grabbed this immediately when it came out at plus money there at BetMGM earlier in the week. It pays to get your foot into the door early on. A lot of these player props that are out there. The juice is now moved by 15 cents, but I would still be a buyer at a minus 110 there at BetMGM. Juwan Johnson, who they backed up the truck and signed an extension of the all season, has earned every single penny so far. He has become the apple of one Spencer Rattler's eye. And Nolans on the road today, taking on the Seattle Seahawks. I think he's going to be a busy man yet again. I mean, he's averaging 10 targets per game, a colossal 27.4% team target rate. It's the 3rd highest among all tight ends so far the young year. He's running 36.5 routes per game through a couple of efforts. He is numero uno in total air yards, number 4 in total yak, though only number 15 in catchable target rate. Again, that's the shortcomings there with Spencer Rattler. Hey, look what he's done already this season. 8 for 76, 5 for 49, a touchdown. So he's already cashed over not once, but twice on this prop. Seattle just middle of the pack and drop back EPAD entering the day. And you look at what they've already given up to tight ends, to George Kittle and company against San Francisco. In week 1, he had the tight ends had 8 receptions. Meanwhile, last week, the Steelers combined also had 8 receptions at the tight end position. So it could be another snowman in the box score, and they could all go to Juwan Johnson. All we need is 5, and we're counting our winnings there. So like the over 4.5 catches at a minus 110, available again at BetMGM. And numero uno on my favorite player props entering the main slate of NFL Week 3 games. I'm going to climb the ladder, folks. More like a step ladder, but absolutely loving this. CeeDee Lamb. I have the most receiving yards essentially in the game against my bear down Chicago Bears. It sucks being a football fan here in the great land of Lincoln. And it's probably only going to get worse here over the next 24 hours. But anyway, the Bears, I think, are going to get eviscerated by Dak Prescott and this aggressive, assertive passing attack of Dim Boys. Give me the over 82.5 receiving yards. Give me 90 plus, and that alt market at plus 115. And give me 100 plus receiving yards for CeeDee Lamb at plus 168. Yeah, roll the shoulders and get seduced by that juice. Built that there at DraftKings Sportsbook. CeeDee Lamb probably going to get some Tyreek Stevenson, and that is a wonderful dynamite thing because Tyreek Stevenson And that horrendous Bears defensive backfield has allowed a perfect passer rating so far this season. That's 158.3, folks. Whether it's Nashawn Wright or anybody else that are going to lock horns with CeeDee Lamb, they're going to get toasted. Bears have the worst secondary, arguably, in the NFL. Entering the week, they're number 30 in dropback EPA defense. As a collective entering the week, they've allowed the 5th most air yards of any team entering the week. And again, Stevenson giving up not only that perfect passer rating, but the 9th most yards to his assignments, right? Giving up a 23.5 ADOT average depth of target. It's comical right now in Chicago, folks. And CeeDee Lamb has gone over 100 yards in his first 2 games. I think he's going to extend that streak. He's number 2 in air yards, number 11 in total yak, number 10 in yards per route run, and also in a game with a lot of pew shootout appeal. Due to the flimsiness of both defenses, I think CeeDee Lamb, in a game that I half-jokingly say first to 60 wins, I think is going to absolutely ball out. He'll be a buzzsaw if you're facing him in fantasy today. So there you go, my top 3 player props entering the main slate of week 3. Friendly reminder, I'm going to start diving into your questions right now. This is how you can get a hold of me. Facebook at Yahoo Noise, Twitch Big Noise 78, YouTube Pay the Noise, and on X, where I'm always giving it to you there at Noisy Huevos. All right, here we go. Jesse starts off, batting lead off. Hola, Brad, non-PPR, A.J. Brown. Man, he's been in a funk. Really all the pass-catching weapons of the Philadelphia Eagles you could attach that description to. Calvin Ridley or Wan'Dale Robinson. Also, Goff, Mariota, Browning, or excuse me, frog in my throat there, or Penix at quarterback. I'm going to go with Jared Goff. That is the highest total on the board in that Monday Night Affair in the Charm City, that being the Baltimore Ravens matchup. So, again, I'm going to follow what the odds makers have to say. And then meanwhile, for your wide receiver question, I don't trust A.J. Brown. This team is ultra conservative right now. They're running the rock 60% of the time. Again, the year, I don't really see that changing today against the Rams. And the Rams are number 1 in pass EPA defense. So it's a not so great matchup on paper. I'm not a big fan of Ridley. I would clack and roll the dice with little Wan'Dale Robinson against a beatable and exploitable Kansas City secondary. Good luck to you, my guy, Jesse. All right. Elsewhere, Justin says, Etienne, Pollard, or Jalen Warren in a PPR. Excellent options. Look, this is kind of a whole bunch of riches to pick from. I'm jealous for somebody that plays in like a 14-team league, and I don't have as many useful commodities on my roster. I'm going to go with Warren, shockingly enough. Aaron Rodgers said he needs to get the ball to him more in the pass game. I already bet the over on 3.5 receptions. Got that absurdly at plus 130 at MGM earlier this week. And I think Warren is going to deliver on that front. Etienne and him are very neck and neck in my rankings. Pollard would be just the odd man out, but seeing a pretty high volume. I just don't like the matchup there against the Indianapolis Colts. That even though they're outside the top 20 right now in rush EPA defense, I think they're going to tighten up in that capacity. So really comes down to Warren or Etienne. I think given the PPR element, Warren has a higher floor. He is my pick. Good luck there. Trone says Mac Jones is currently in my lineup, but considering Marcus Mariota, who's a better week 3 start, very close. I have Mariota like 3 spots higher in my rankings there. Again, available for free at thegamingjuice.com. It's all about the duality with Marcus Mariota. Yeah, the dad bod may get you like 10 yards on the ground, but Mariota's probably going to be good for 35 plus. The over-under was at 34.5 rush yards that opened at BetMGM. Immediately smashed the over on that prop. Maybe he only gets to like a $185, $190 through the air today, but you look at the matchup, it's downright decent for the Washington Commanders taking on Viva Las Vegas, one of the probably more rancid secondaries in the league. And you look at Mariota, guy's gone for at least 34 rushing yards in his last 3 starts, stretching back to the 23 season. Vegas is excellent on the ground defensively. Number 1 in rush EPA deep. On the back end, that's where they're most vulnerable. So again, I think Mariota maybe get you a couple of passing touchdowns. But again, raising the floor with those rush yards gives him the advantage over the dad bod there and Mac Jones. Good luck to you. Chris says, need 3 out of 4 in PPR. Brian Thomas Jr., Pearsall, McMillan, or A.J. Brown. Man, it's hard times right now being an A.J. Brown enthusiast. Eventually, he's going to break out of the funk. I just can't buy it today, given the on-paper matchup against the Rams, who I think are very for real defensively. I think that game may have like 9-6 written all over it, which means 90-60 probably in the end. And Brian Thomason, healthy, obviously. That wrist has been bugging him. He's kind of fighting through it. He's been going through the motions, some people believe. So who is the odd man out here? Honestly, I think it's A.J. Brown. I would still roll the dice on Brian Thomas, despite that tender wrist. Pearsall's in the lineup with Mac Jones, had a nice little chemistry last week, and Ted McMillan has been balling. So he is seeing an enormous overall target share. So I sit down A.J. Brown, as crazy as that may sound. Already Bowers players were starting, or Browns players, excuse me, were starting today. I mean, Quinshawn Judkins maybe in a flex you could entertain. I do like Harold Fannin. I actually bet the over on 3.5 receptions for him. I think it's probably a 5-catch kind of game for him, if not more. He may not excite you like 5 for 55, but if you play in a full point PPR with or without the touchdown, he's still going to be quite serviceable. So he's at the top of my list. I mean, maybe Cedric Tillman in a deep league, given his red zone presence. Jerry Jeudy, I think, could be an odd man out. So the only 2 guys I would really strongly consider starting is Harold Fannin. I like him more than David Njoku this week. And also Quinshawn Judkins, who they would have really ramp up. And again, he was quite impressive last week on his 10 carries. Good luck. TV plus 886 says, hola, Brett. Hola, amigo. PPR, Ladd, Hall, or Debo, all fantastic options, quite frankly. Usually I side with a running back in this instance, but will Breece Hall find the end zone? I think that's kind of a deciding factor here. I wrote about him on my site, thegamingjuice.com, and a whole bunch of intense detail. I went with Debo Samuel. I think he could knock the competition to bleep out today. Given the matchup, it's quite glorious, frankly. Against Viva Las Vegas. As I already mentioned, Vegas has arguably one of the worst secondaries in the NFL, and Debo's going to see a lot of action out of the slot. May get a couple of carries today as well. I think he is going to be the main man offensively for Marcus Mariota, his weapon of choice. I think he's got a great shot to find the end zone. May not wow you in terms of overall yardage, maybe around like 55 to 65 combined yards on 4 or 5 receptions, but I like Debo out of that group. And Ladd, always dinged up, it seems like, and it's not a great matchup for the L.A. Charger. Hockey Nut says, full point PPR need 2. Hollywood, Jawan Jennings and Cooper Kupp. Hollywood Brown's got to be in my lineup, especially in a PPR with no Xavier Worthy. He's got to play that short field, intermediate field, Xavier Worthy role. He'll be a nickel and dimer, as Billy Raff likes to say. So Hollywood Brown is at the top of the list. And I'm still going to go with Jawan Jennings over Kupp. Kupp had a great game last week. Jennings, I think, just has more touchdown appeal despite his injury shortcomings. A guy that's been constantly nicked and scraped. Oh, Daddy's calling for it. Daddy want, Daddy need, Daddy gotta have it, as he normally does. And of course, he's going to follow up here momentarily, but we got other questions to answer in between. Kanan Cash, what up, Brad? What up? PPR League at Buka, and we got Adam Schefter's report that he could be limited because he's dealing with that hip and groin ailment. Downs, Golden, or Hopkins? I would still go a Mecca here. If I had a crutch to lean on, I think it's going to be the Matthew Golden breakout week. I know the Browns have been excellent defensively, more so in the trenches than on the back end, but you got no Jaden Reed, and you got some other guys that are, dinged up. Look at Tucker Kraft, that was going to fight through the injury and play. If Golden cannot break out this week, I don't know when the hell it's going to happen. So Golden would be the crutch to lean on, but I'd still go slight edge there with a Mecca Buka. Rob says pick 2. Calvin Ridley, Wan'Dale Robinson, Jerry Jeudy, Cedric Tillman, Quentin Johnston. I'm going to go with Wandale Robinson and ever so slight edge to Calvin Ridley, the Riddler. Hopefully won't riddle me this or win me that and leave my wallet not so fat. By the way, these are the various ways you get a hold of me here on the program. Submit your questions via Facebook at Yahoo Noise, on Twitch at Big Noise 78, YouTube Pay the Noise, and on X, where I'm always giving it to you throughout the entire week at Noisy Huevos. All right, Peter says, my man Brad, holy crap, long question. Dealing with JSN and that bug, and we don't know what kind of sickness he has. Do I stick with my stud and chance playing him, or do I go full Huevos and pick? No, you're still going with JSN. All right, I've already bet on him to have the most receiving yards in the game. Maybe he's Michael Jordan. Maybe goes on, has a flu game, and goes absolutely ballistic. So JSN for me is at the top of the list no matter what. I didn't budge him much. I think I moved him down like 2 spots. I'm at top 10 in my ranks that I updated this morning at thegamingjuice.com. It's New Orleans. And let me give you the matchup in this game specifically for one JSN. He, of course, seeing one of the more monstrous target shares at 44.2% to begin the season. He's working more outside than in slots. Boy, going to get a lot of Kool-Aid McKinstry. He's only number 54 in pass coverage grade at PFF entering the week. McKinstry is giving up a 131.3 pass rate to his assignments. New Orleans is a collective number 22 in drop back EPA defense. So pull it together, man. Go with JSN. Don't get too cute. Don't freak out about a sickness. He's probably been, dripping IVs into the veins. It's going to be A-okay. All right, there's Jesse. Again, Hunter, Henderson, Ridley, or Wandale. Travion Henderson, no. Hunter, no. He's only being utilized in the short field. I already took the under on longest reception. Travis Hunter, 18.5 yards. Again, always free, transparent, public spreadsheet. Check out all my picks at thegamingjuice.com. I go Wandale, honestly. So which two do you bench? It's Hunter and Henderson. I'm going to go Ridley and Wandale. Good luck, Jesse. Phil's, hola, amigo, hola. And a PBR, I need a wide receiver and 2 flex. Pearsall, Quentin Johnston, Io Manor, Connor, Jalen Warren, Juwan Johnson. Okay. Warren's in my lineup. Juwan Johnson is in my lineup. So there are your 2 flexes. And then at wide receiver, ever so slight edge to Ricky Pearsall. Yeah, James Conner could be on the outside looking in, giving up considerable opportunity share. I don't know, Rob's talking about kickers. 2-1 Trey Benson. Danny, there's the follow-up. A.J. Brown or Mandatory Montgomery. It's Mandatory Montgomery, you jackal. PBR may catch like 2-3 balls. Honestly, that may be about as many that A.J. Brown grabs today against the top cover corner of the LA Rams, and a difficult matchup there. Headliners Barbershop, Aaron Rodgers, Marcus Mariota, Trevor Lawrence, Penix, Mac Jones. Pick one today. It's Marcus Mariota. There you go. Again, that duality. I like it. Todd says, hola, Brad, hola. Dak Prescott or Justin Herbert at quarterback. I want all Cowboys. I want all Chicago Bears that I can handle in my starting lineup. Again, I half jokingly said first to 60 wins, and maybe that's going to be the case. They may look like the damn Indiana Hoosiers out there. Both these offenses today. Can't believe I'm saying that. And I'm not talking about basketball. I'm talking about on the gridiron. It's just weird. And then I'm going to go Johnson slide edge over Kraft, knowing some of the injuries that Tucker is dealing with there. I think it's a higher floor today for Juwan Johnson. Sean says, flex and a half-point PBR, Amari and Hampton. Is this the breakout week? Or Cortland Sutton? Difficult matchup, really, for both these guys on paper. Again, given the PPR element, give me Sutton. I got to see it from Hampton first. Kanan says Hunter, Pittman, Mooney, or Dobbs. I'm going to go Romeo Dobbs, who could see a sizable target share again with Jaden Reed on the shelf and Tucker Kraft not quite at 100%. Rob, following up on another one. Are we smacking that booty or go with Kyle Pitts? I will smack that booty, which I've already done. I have him in a 14-teamer and a flex in my lineup, so we're going to ride together, my man. Ben says, need a quarterback due to injury, 6 points for passing touchdown. Rodgers, Taylor, Browning, Mac Jones, Wentz, or Darnold. This is the case right now. A lot of people dealing with the injury imp is just running amok right now in fantasy land and wreaking havoc on the quarterback position. I'm already screwed in a super flex, truthfully, in a 14-teamer. My local leagues, I had Joe Burrow. I did have Daniel Jones as a backup, and my team sucks. It happens to us all, folks. And losing Burrow really hurts because I had an enormous Bengal stack. Not so great in my world right now. So let's address Ben. Nobody cares about my fantasy team. I am not going to go with Taylor. I am not going to go with Browning. I'm not going to go with Wentz. I'm not going to go with Darnold. And I'm not going to go with Aaron. Give me the make it a Mac, daddy. He'll make a jump, Mac Jones. Hola, amigo. Hola, Drew. Welcome to the broadcast. 2 quick questions from Jay. May or Mayfield? I'm going to go Baker Mayfield. Do I keep one in all season or go week by week? Just go week by week. Maximize the matchups, man. You got 2 really solid quarterbacks. They'll be towing that QB1 line all year long. Mix and match. Play the matchup. It's what I emphasize to people all the time. Rob says, again, bench 1, Josh Jacobs, Alvin Kamara, Javonte Williams. You're not benching Javonte Williams. No way. The artist that I called Juggernaut Javonte is alive and well. Has finally arrived. Not in Denver, but now in Big D. Kenneth Walker III, bench 1. It's probably Alvin Kamara, but honestly, all these guys are really interchangeable. He can't bench Jacobs. 10 straight games with a touchdown. Javonte Williams, I think, is going to find the end zone. And I like Walker III with no Zach Charbonnet. Also, would you play T. Higgins this week or start someone like Troy Franklin or Cedric Tillman? Now you're getting too cute. Play T. Higgins. Bandit says, hola, amigo. In a super flex, I need to start 2 of these quarterbacks this week due to injury. Marcus Mariota, Darnold, or Stroud and Stroud. Okay, so Mariota's in. And I would go Sam Darnold, slide edge, or CJ Stroud. I think he's got a really good shot around 18 to 20 points, and he will take that. Buenos dias, huevos, hermano. Hello, Patrick. Play 3 in a PPR. AJ, I'm assuming that's AJ Brown. JJ, as in Justin Jefferson, I'm assuming as well. DK. So Jefferson is in, DK is in, Pearsall is in, and Sutton rides a pine with AJ Brown. Good luck to you. Headline Barbershop again. Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Debo sit 1 and a standard. God. Standard is the key here. Who has the most touchdown appeal? DJ Moore certainly does. Top of the list. And so does Debo. So I guess it's Keenan Allen. Any weather concerns? Seattle, Jackson, Chicago. No. Look, there could be temporary breaks in some of these games due to the thunderstorm activity in the area. That there's lightning. We saw it yesterday in a couple of college football games. You could have teams exit the field, and people, they get all upset. Oh, why are they leaving the field? Dude, lightning kills a lot of people every single year around the world, including in the United States. All right? You're not invincible. Just get people off the field, get them to safety, and make sure that everybody's going to be A-okay, including the players on the field who I don't know are wearing a lot of metal. Guys are jackasses that are, obviously downplaying the impacts of lightning. So no, I'm, outside of the breaks, I'm not too worried about it. Again, the biggest issues weather-wise are always high, brisk, consistent, sustainable winds, and usually mix with precip. Yeah, I mean, you may have blusters ahead of a major thunderstorm with some of those gust fronts that come through, but it's usually temporary. So no, I'm not overly concerned, nor should you. J-Red, dumb question alert. In betting, what does it mean when it says minus 115 and plus 115? Okay, simple. If it's minus 115, think about it in increments of $100. Okay. So if it's minus 115, you got about $115 to cover the juice at minus 115 to win 100. Simple math. Okay. 115 wins you 100. Conversely, just flip this grid. You bet $100 at plus 115, you win $115. So that's how the juice works. Just think about it. Either $10 on a bet or $100 on the bet, and it makes life all the more easier in understanding the VIG or the juice it's known as. All right, there you go. Bill says, hey, Brad, PPR Dobbins or Tet McMillan? And a PPR, you have me there. Give me Tet McMillan. Yes, even over the revenge game Keith, bonjour, amigo. Imagine my surprise when I get redirected to The Athletic from the New York Times website, find myself browsing articles and found some written by the jackwagon himself. Yes, I'm writing for The Athletic. I've actually been doing it the last couple of years, not football-wise. First year, I'm actually contributing some football content, but I've been writing an awesome NCAA tournament team scouting guide. Going to be doing that again this year with some esteemed colleagues. More on that as college basketball season gets underway. But yeah, Keith, I appreciate you checking out all my work on there. I'm doing a piece for those that may be unaware. That's a hybrid. It's a mix of fantasy and sports betting with the player props operating as a backdrop. I give a pick on the prop, and I also give a fantasy perspective as well. And it's always on like fringe start sit guys. So it's a nice blend of the two, correlate, synergize, bring it all together genres. Some of the idiots that read my pieces, they voice their opinion. This column's dumb. I don't understand why this has to do with anything. I have to jump in there and explain to them the lack of creativity and understanding the correlations between everything. But, so far, so good. So I appreciate you, clicking on the article, and I hope you guys check out my work at The Athletic and my written work as well. Alive and well is the written word. It ain't dead, folks, at thegamingjuice.com. It hurts so good. Come out, jail, and make it hurt so good. No, he was not going to do that. You really need him, I think, to score with the legs. A little tush push in the end zone, maybe a time or two to justify storm over Dak Prescott. Folks, I have Dak at number 4 in my rankings this week. I have Caleb Williams at number 5. Again, I'm cursing that game. It's got to be 2-0. Just a safety on the board. Fade the noise. I'm going Dak, man. Sticking my rankings. Aubrey, hola. Half-point PPR flex. Warren, Pollard, or Keenan. Oh, you had me at Jalen Warren. Again, I think the floor is going to be 4 catches today. Good shot of him behind the end zone. That is going to be a defensive optional game, really, for both teams. I can't believe how bad Pittsburgh has been defensively. It's not the steel curtain. It's the soft curtain, man. Doughboy's soft right now. Good luck to you, Aubrey. Sean says, flex, half PPR, need 1. Garrett Wilson, Calvin Ridley, or DeAndre Swift. Swift's banged up. You might see more Kyle Monungai today. I don't like Wilson, though I do have him higher than Ridley. So I guess I'll go with my rankings at Garrett Wilson. Yeah, John, ILL, it cost me years of my life watching part of that game. What happened? They looked really good before this game. Yes, they did. I can tell you what happened. A, Xavier Scott, their top corner, was out. B, it was a rolling snowball with injuries. 7 of their starting DBs, 7 of their DBs were injured throughout the game. The offensive line was a joke. And again, Indiana's for real. Let's get credit where credit is due. They have speed. They took advantage of the turnstile offensive line of Illinois, putting Luke Altmaier under intense heat the entire game. Bravo, Indiana. Bravo. You deserve your damn flowers. So what happened was it was just a confluence of suckage. Bottom line. Sorry about your ticket there, John. I had a good day at gambling otherwise in college football. Again, always free, transparent spreadsheet. You can see my college football picks weekly at thegamingjuice.com. Jesse, again, apparently I'm setting his lineup in every single league imaginable. Jesse, I've already, I think, answered this question at the top of the show, so I'll just move on. Tommy says, hola, sir. PPR flex and wide receiver pick 2. Sutton, Pollard, Abuka, Myers, Wandale. Myers is in. He could have a minimum like 5-6 catch kind of game. Give me Pollard as well. And then the flex. Do you trust a Mecca? I do. I would give him the slightest of edges over Wandale and Sutton. If you don't want to risk it, I would go with Wandale, and Sutton is the odd man out. Roger says, hola, Brad. Hola. PPR need 2. Omarion Hampton, Ramondre Stevenson, Quinshawn Judkins. Stevenson is in. And one more chance, Biggie, give me one more chance. I'm playing that to Omarion Hampton. I know Quinshawn Judkins' role is ramping up, but, man, that Green Bay defense is nasty. Tommy says, PPR flex, JMO, Monty, mandatory Montgomery, or Romeo Dobbs. Give me JMO. Tommy, again, last one, a half-point PPR. Golden Franklin or Booty. Oh, that's Kayshon Booty. Again, man, I'm going to roll dice with Matthew Golden, and I bet on the over at even money at BetMGM on 2.5 receptions today. If the breakout doesn't happen today, I'm really going to be like burying my beliefs that Matthew Golden's going to be a thing this year. I honestly thought he was set up for success instantaneously. Jordan Love talked him up in August. Jordan Love again talked him up this week. He said this is an excellent opportunity for MG. He said that. It was making the social media rounds. So give him the damn ball. He's beating everybody in coverage. He's got 4.29 wheels. Simple as that. Broncos or Jags, D? Let's see. That's an interesting. Give me the Jags. It could be like a minimum 5 sacks, given how horrendous. It's like Illinois, like offensive line the Texans have right now. Mayfield or Browning? Oh my God, you're getting too cute. It's Mayfield. Pete says half point PPR. AJ Brown or Pearsall. Give me Pearsall. Can't believe I'm saying it. Same team. Running back room injured, so need to start Harvey or not Quorum. It's got to be RJ Harvey. Steve says, Ola Gutser, Ola. Football PPR, Pacheco, Ramondre. Give me Ramondre Stevenson. They're so close in your free gaming juice rankings. Gracias. Yes, they are close. And I'm going to go with Ramondre because I just do not trust that Kansas City is going to get the ball to Pacheco. You watch. It'll be another booty scoot in the end zone from Patrick Mahomes, the leading rusher on that squad. Or they're going to go the Ham and Egg or Kareem Hunt, who looks done. Zachary says Terry or Wandale. Give me Wandale. J Red says, Daddy want, Daddy need. Daddy gotta have it. Hey, we're still breaking out the sledgehammers. A lot of people ask me, why aren't you on Sirius XM anymore? I haven't been on there in 2 years. They never offered me a contract extension on time. I mean deadlines. And I said, all right, guys, you're not going to get to me on time. You must not be interested. Bye-bye. See you later. Adios, amigo. So I left the station, and then I landed at Odyssey and iHeart, which I absolutely love with BetMGM tonight. You can listen to it weekly. You can watch the stream broadcast as well on thegamingjuice.com every Monday through Friday from 7 to 11 p.m. Eastern with myself and my esteemed and handsome and ultra-smart colleague, man who loves college football, Ryan Horvath. Hurts anytime touchdowns, Barkley plus 80 rush yards, Nakua 70 plus receiving yards, Stafford 225 at plus 441. Okay, good luck. Barkley and Nakua are going to make you sweat, baby. But hey, man, I love you sharing the picks. Appreciate it. Carmine, Jennings, Ibuka, Pollard, and PPR. Man, this news about Ibuka this morning has me pumping the brakes. Give me Pollard. Slight advantage there. Bill says, Brad, do you see any reason to sit Hurts for Browning or Bryce Young? No, NWA, no. Again, I may be under on a $199.5 pass yards to Jalen Hurts, one of my top props this week that I've written about extensively at a couple of places. But no, I can't justify sitting Hurts for Browning and Young, given the rushing upside. Of course, Jalen Hurts, it could be a multi-TD game on the ground, and that will pay the fantasy bills. Knicks or Daniel Jones? Do we go Indiana Jones or Knicks? I might go Indiana Jones. Quite honestly, yeah, that's what my guts tell me. Ryan says PBR Ibuka, Travis Hunter, or Bill. JCM, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. I'll go Bill out of those 3 options there. Roger says, Ola PPR, starting Collins and Ahmad. Need to sit one. Jennings, Keenan Allen, or Quentin Johnston. I probably sit Quentin Johnston. Really high floor with Keenan Allen. Got some touchdown appeal as well. Same with Jennings. Mark says, Buenos dias, amigo. Need 2, let's see, wide receiver in a flex, standard league, Golden, Dobbs, Judkins, Diggs, Franklin, or Diami Brown. Interesting. Our first Diami Brown mention, I believe. Again, make or break week in my mind for Golden. Give me him. I'm really torn here on this second one. I almost kind of want to go Judkins, but man, that matchup stinks. Franklin could come crashing back down, or a difficult matchup against a legit Chargers secondary. Man. Oh, twist my arm. Get it. Come on, Evans. Make a pick. Make a Judkins. That's where I'm going to go. Good luck. David says Emeka or Kelsey is a flex. Heard Emeka might be on a snap count. Yeah, I heard the same thing. Adam Schefter, he knows things. He's well connected. He's got a Rolodex. I had the pleasure of doing a couple events with Adam Schefter in my career. Awesome dude, by the way. Very nice gentleman. We had many a conversation in those two crossovers. Can't speak highly enough of him quite frankly. So give me Kelsey over Emeka, again, because of that snap count. Again, I trust Schefter. From team rankings, Kansas City is last, number 32 at the very bottom of the luck rank. Oh, okay, great. Good to know. David says, in Stroud or Penix as a quarterback, give me Penix. Do I trust Kraft or Juwan Johnson? I actually think you should go with Johnson. Given the unknowns about the true health state of one Tucker Kraft, I go with Juwan Johnson. Really high floor for him. Could be a busy man and a great matchup. Thanks for the help. Go Bears. Look, I think the Bears are actually going to win. I know we've had some reverse line action that has unfolded in that game with Dallas now favored. But if the Bears cannot beat this woeful Dallas secondary today, all hope is lost. Abandon ship. Sink me in the deepest part of Lake Michigan in concrete shoes right now. It's going to be a tough year for me. Bandit half-point PPR. Would you drop RJ Harvey, who has been on my bench, and pick up Chris Godwin? No, I would not do that. I still ride RJ Harvey, who's going to chip away at J.K. Dobbins' opportunity share. J.R. Gale Padilla says, David Njoku or Hunter Henry? Thanks, man. And here is my reward to you. Go Hunter Henry. Good luck. Is there a bet for longest losing streak this season? No, I have not seen that market anywhere. Maybe you're going to go with somebody else or Kansas City, as you mentioned before. Ryan, hi, in a standard league. Long question. Booker, Keenan Allen. Give me Keenan Allen. Worried about the injury? Yes, I'm worried too a little bit about it. In the abbreviated snap count, he's giving me all the same explanation. He really just kind of convincing himself internally there. Just go the other direction. Olamigo from Clint. Full point PBR. Who would have flex? Decoy Buka. That's Emeka Buka or Harold Fannin. I go Fannin. And a PBR. Again, I think the floor today is like 5 catches. And yes, I bet on it. I have actual money that I've earned or possibly stolen. I don't know. On the over 3.5 receptions. By the way, I'm going to reset here real quick. I am Brad Evans, and I apologize for being a jackass, but that's who I am at my core. This, my friends, is the Bring the Noise AMA. I am here answering all your pertinent fantasy football questions. I'm also sharing some of your sports betting thoughts for the next few minutes. This is how you get a hold of me here via the Facebook at Yahoo Noise, on Twitch at Big Noise 78, YouTube at the Faith the Noise channel, or on X, where I'm always giving it to you there at Noisy Huevos. And again, thank you, StreamYard, for now filtering in those questions from X this season, which they have not done the last couple of years. I have a website. It's kind of awesome. It's very clean and sharp. We have pretty pictures. It's called thegamingjuice.com, and I need you to go there and sign up for a free account, you jackwagons. All my content lives there. I have all my rankings every single week at every single important position in fantasy football that I'm constantly shifting about and updating as the week goes on, and learning details about certain players. All my Flames pieces, which I've been writing for 2 decades now, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end, live on that site. My top props pieces live on that side. I even have a top props piece, primetime props, for Sunday Night Football. What did I bet on? Well, just go and read it. I don't charge you a dime. So go to thegamingjuice.com. I answer your questions throughout the week. Just click Ask Brad at the top as well, though I'm answering here in this form at the current moment in time. And my free spreadsheet lives there. And my partner, Nate Lundy, his free spreadsheet lives there. And that guy loves hockey. He's going to be dropping the puck and making some bucks, hopefully sometime very soon, as the NHL season is going to be getting underway. One last bit of advice. Go to betalytics.com and sign up for an account right now. Awesome projections and tools to help you out and making those tough player prop or sports betting decisions, or possibly as well, if you're looking for a resource to help you out in setting your fantasy lineups. Some of those projections available for free at my site, thegamingjuice.com. But if you want the whole enchilada, use that promo code JUICE. Again, that promo code JUICE. Yeah, I sound like one of those fancy voiceover guys. for 25% off today. So go to Betalytics. They're awesome. Great Canadian website. Oh, Canada. Get it done. All right. Let's get more of your questions and comments here on this broadcast. I got to find out, where did I leave off? I believe it was here. Yeah, there's Clint. So I said Harold Fannin. And then next question, Pat says PBR Flex, T, Swift, Jim. There's a lot of Jims. I don't know who Jim is. Tootin or Franklin? PBR Flex, I'm going to go with T. Higgins or Jim, whoever that Jim may be. Dance? He's got hands? Hola, Brad, from Scott, PBR Flex, DK or Mason? Give me Mason. I think he's going to find the end zone finally today. I bet on it. If it doesn't happen, I'm done betting on Mason anytime touchdown. My God. No Aaron Jones. You see like 90% of the opportunity share today. Play McMillan and CD. Those two guys may carry you. Jay again. And if PBR need a flex, so do I go with Kraft at tight end and then go with Juwan Johnson as a flex or with Connor. I actually really like Juwan Johnson. I'm finding a way to play him. I would honestly bench Kraft. I play Johnson at tight end, and I play Connor in the flex. Take it for what it's worth. Clint says, again, amigo, standard scoring, Pacheco today, or go Tootin or Benson the flex. Nah, Pacheco's got more TD upside, and that rules in standard. Jason says, hola, amiga, half point, PPR, need one for a flex, please. Tootin, Sutton, Algier, Jennings. Tyler Algier is really interesting. I think he's got a really good shot at finding the end zone, but it's touchdown or bust for him. Give me, this is so painful. Give me Jennings. By the way, I'm only seeing like 9 hearts and thumbs up on this broadcast. Folks, I'm giving this to you for free. Exciting, high energy broadcast, making it easy for you to contact me. Hell, I don't charge you a penny at thegamingjuice.com either. The least you could do is thumbs up, heart, or give me a middle finger emoji, because I'm number one, baby. Addison, hola, amigo. Go Hoosiers. Too soon, Addison. Too soon. But, you deserve it. Guys, kick my Illini's ass. I love CJ Stroud rushing yards attempts over 3.5. Okay, I can get down on that at a -105. Rush yards over 15.5 at a -110. Daddy want, Daddy need. Breaking out the sledgehammer. Daddy, gotta have it. Let's go. Way to go, Addison. What do you think, sir? Sure, I can get on board with that. Well, correlate, synergize, bring it all together. Bringing those two together. Yeah, why not? I see CJ Stroud calling his own number that many times. Jeremy says, Marvin Harrison Jr., Quentin Johnston, Dallas Goedert, or RJ Harvey. Harvey's out, Goddard's out. It comes down to Johnston or Marvin Harrison Jr. Give me Marvin Harrison Jr. More from team rankings. Do you work at team rankings? Rake Flyer? I think you do. Tampa tops the luck rank at number 1. Great. Thank you for that information. Do what you want with it. Adam, Juwan Jennings with the injury, or Christian Kirk also coming off a soft tissue issue. Give me Jennings. What's up, Brad? From Anthony. PPR, Wentz or Cam Ward? I go Wentz. I'm going to maximize a matchup there, taking on a secondary that is definitely going to be one of the bottom feeders there in Cincinnati this season. Darnold or Mac 10 from Will Page. I think of the rapper Mac 10 from back in the day. I don't know how that really applies to Mac Jones. It's kind of the antithesis of that. I would go with Mac Jones or Mac 10. Jeremy says Nick Chubb, Marvin Harrison, or Bill Krosky Merritt. These guys are all really close. I go rub-a-dub-dub, Nick Chubb. Probably best chance to find the end zone. Jeremy says, since you're giving a little story time, I do that. I go off on tangents from time to time. Are there any untold stories you have from the Yahoo days? Sure. Lots of them. I'm not going to share them now because I got to answer questions. Maybe in another broadcast, my man, because I got a lot of people that have been dropping those in. But maybe one day. Hey, a Brad Uncensored tell all. Maybe it's going to be my memoir that I will never write. because I want to sit down and waste so much time in my life and sell like 3 copies. Uno mas, senor. Drop one of these SGP legs. Puka or Devontae to get a 24 or 25-yard reception. Yeah, I don't like either one of those for a single reception of 25 plus yards. Yeah, I'd drop that. I'd drop Corman the anytime touch. I don't like anything about this. Pass. Save your money. Pittman or Higgins? Give me T. Higgins, please. Jeremy says, Marvin Harrison Jr., I'm real worried about it. Arizona being shut out. LOL. Josh Downs or Juwan Jennings? I go Juwan Jennings of that thrice, amigo. I heard someone on the radio spelling the word L-U-C-K. I thought they were speaking Spanish. So Rake Flyer is still just all about the luck. Maybe you should bet Lady Luck. Might help you out. Jesse says, hello, Brad. Uno mas. PPR, Keenan Allen or Brian Thomas? I'll still go Brian Thomas there. Bandit says, apologies if you did this already, but injuries got me. Need quarterbacks and a super flex 6-point PPR. Mariota, Donald, and Stroud. Yeah, I think I went with Mariota and Darnold there, Bandit. Buenos dias from Anthony. Franklin or Sutton? Give me Sutton. Though both those guys could have quiet days. Sasha says Jordan Mason or Kenneth Walker the third. I like Mason ever so slight edge over the third. 10-team PPR, 0-2. Looking for a desperation play. Do I go Breece Hall as my RB2 over Pollard or drop Thomas Jr. from my flex? It's Brian Thomas. Keep Pollard in. I still roll with Brian Thomas, and I still roll too with Dance Hall Days over Tony Pollard. He's out now. Jason says, hola, amigo. Need one and a flex. Tootin, Sutton, Algier, Jennings. Oh, close. Tootin's out. Sutton's out. Man. Look, again, my gut says Tyler Algier is going to find the end zone, but you want safety first. I think it is one Juwan Jennings. The only Sutton half-point PPR, Ertz or Ferguson until Kittle is back. I'm going to go for today. Have you ever damaged a television while watching a game? No, I'm not a violent individual, and I become desensitized to a lot of events that I have watched over the years that unfold negative for me, which have been thousands, if not tens of thousands. See Illinois yesterday. I just sit there in stone cold silence being pissed off, and I don't exert physical expression to get it out of my system. So no, I don't do that. Don't damage televisions. Don't be a jackass. Roger, yeah, there's football. 3 of them. All right, great. Jeremy, I'm in for the tell-all. Again, you're going to be one of the 3 consumers of such a publication. By the way, I am Brad Evans. I'm going to be here for about 5 more minutes. I'm going to rapid fire through your questions. Facebook, Yahoo Noise, Twitch at Big Noise 78, YouTube, the Faith of the Noise channel, and on X, I'm always giving it to you there at Noisy Wavo. Sign up for not a free account, but an account at Betalytics. Get some of their free projections on my site right now at thegamingjuice.com. Use that promo code JUICE. Again, promo code JUICE for 25% off one of my go-to resources every single day, doing player props research and a fantasy assistant as well. Shout out to my buddy Rachel Krychek. She's a mathematical whiz and genius, and she is a mastermind behind all of the algorithmic projections there at Betalytics. Also go to my site, thegamingjuice.com. Sign up for a free account, you jackwagons. All my content lives there. All my Fantasy Flames pieces, my player prop feature pieces, the primetime props, say that 10 times fast, is live for tonight in the matchup between the winless, hell's freezing over, Kansas City Chiefs and New York Giants. Also winless, somebody's getting off the schneid tonight. Where I stack my greenbacks? Well, you go read my column. I don't charge you a damn thing at thegamingjuice.com. All right, we got a couple of more of your comments and questions that have come in. Let's see here. Where did I leave off? I think Jeremy might have been that one. Okay. MHJ or Ibuka. I would go Marvin Harrison there, given the shortcomings. Jerome says, right now I am watching online with Screen Variety TV NFL games are available with no extra cost. All right, great. I think you're just making shit up. Congratulations for hijacking my feed. I should probably read that. The problem is I just go down the list and a lot of you guys get away with murder. Jeremy again says Browning, Taylor, Wentz, Darnold, Mariota. I'm going to go Marcus Mariota in that duality. Lux says, should I start Jordan Mason, Alvin Kamara, or Travis Etienne? I'm going Jordan Mason. Swift or Bill? I guess I'll go with Bill. Just because Swift is not at 100%. Jesse, last one. PPR Hampton or Najee Harris? Oh, come on. It's not Najee Harris. It's Hampton. Giles says, or Giles, standard scoring, J.K. Dobbins or Tet McMillan. Give me Tet McMillan. Ibuka, DK, or Keenan Allen in the flex. Give me DK all day there. Jonathan says, need help. Guru. Oh, that's old school there. Wide receiver, PPR, need 2. DJ Moore. Hey, Mr. DJ. And my lineup. Wan'Dale Robinson and Higgins. I'm assuming it's T. Higgins. I'm going to go T. Higgins. Let's talk gambling. What's your luck or lock play of the day, Daddy? Got to have it. There are no locks ever in sports betting. I hate that word. I hate easy money. I hate guarantee. I hate all of that. A lot of people just swindlers selling you that nonsense. I will tell you my favorite bet. You could say it's a high confidence bet. That's what the sledgehammer is all about. Daddy want, daddy need, daddy gotta have it. Love the over in the Bears Cowboys game. I think everybody is. So take that for what it's worth. CeeDee Lamb was number 1 on the abbreviated Fave 5. I did at the top of the show. Took him for 90 plus yards. I got it earlier the week at plus 122. It's at plus 115 right now. There's Lux again. Stafford, Murray, Rodgers, or Wilson. Colin Murray, please. Thanks, brother. Good luck. I drink lots of tequila today. Yeah, if I do that, I won't wake up and be able to function tomorrow. And I got a lot of writing to do. Hampton or Bill? Now that I'll go Bill. Good luck to you, Giles. All right. I think I've exhausted all of your questions. Awesome broadcast, as always, folks. I got to have the stage left. Guys, I'm going to be doing more of your AMA and Q&A stuff with my awesome colleague, Danny Kluppinger, on the Bleacher Report app in an hour. I'm taking an hour break. I'm going to go walk the dog, get out, get some fresh air, enjoy summer while it's still here because nearly fall in Central Illinois, and it's been hotter than balls here, quite frankly. So I'm going to get out, stretch the legs, listen to some news updates, and I'm going to be jumping back on the horn exclusively on the Bleacher Report app. We're going to be breaking down more gambling picks and our fantasy football perspectives, answering your questions there as well. Go to BetAlix, sign up for an account right now, please. If you want resources at your disposal for your sports betting research, for your fantasy football devices as well. Excellent resource for that. Use the promo code JUICE. Again, promo code JUICE for 25% off. Go to thegamingjuice.com, my site. Fools, sign up for a free account. You can fire me questions there, but you got to have an account. And they ask Brad, it's at the top of the screen, pretty easy menu to follow. All of my content lives there. My top prize for Sunday Night Football, I'm going to have in the main mod a little bit later after kickoff today. If you want to read that column, check it out. Some action in Giants and Chiefs. I have my rankings there all week long. I'm cranking out just an enormous amount of content. I'm a one-man band, folks. I'm editing them, building them, writing them, recruiting voices. Matt Fortuna, Ben Wintstein, Nate Jacobson are cranking out an awesome multi-voice piece called the College Football Forecast. Every week, Nate Lundy, his spreadsheet lives there. We're doing podcasts 3 days a week. We're going to have a new one tomorrow called The Fade 5. Go subscribe to the Fade 5 podcast right stinking now. Just go to thegamingjuice.com. So much awesome content. And my show every single night, also heard nationwide across Odyssey and iHeart stations, called BetMGM Tonight. It streams for free on my site. So go to thegamejuice.com, 7:11 p.m. Eastern time, again, Monday through Friday. Check out BetMGM Tonight. Good luck in all of your fantasy endeavors, mi amigos. And until next time, adios, amigos. Get that dub.